Coming up on the report, California deals with high fire winds in the face of a major fire season.
Plus, the impeachment process moves forward as presidential candidates navigate the campaign trail.
Stay tuned to hear about the cafe based on an iconic animated character where you can grab your favorite pastries.
Welcome, and thank you for joining us at The Report. I'm Chase Napier.
And I'm Monique Barrios. The report is brought to you by the broadcast journalism students in Cal State Fullerton.
The National Weather Service has issued its first ever extreme red flag warning for much of the Los Angeles and Ventura area as wildfires continue to rip through California. The Kincaid Fire is now responsible for burning around 77,000 acres, with the Getty Fire burning another 745. Firefighters continue to work tirelessly as they reach 30% containment as of Wednesday morning. With around 365,000 homes without electricity, firefighters continue to do all they can to contain these fires.
Sina shares with the public about the heroic role firefighters play in the communities. Sina announced on his social media that he will be donating $500,000 to a charity to provide resources for firefighters who are currently fighting the California wildfires. Paramount Studios will choose a charity for Sina, and Sina will be starring in a new feature film called Playing with Fire as a Firefighter, showing on November 8th in theaters.
For many years, bike theft has been the #1 crime on campus. Jay Elder has more on that story.
Bike theft at Cal State Fullerton is a pervasive nuisance that plagues the student body and campus law enforcement year-round.
Yeah, so it is a big issue for us, and some people may joke, oh, you're just bikes or that are being stolen, but to us it's a big deal, and one bike is too many. And
as a first line of defense, the University Police offers bike registration for students and staff to help identify bicycles in the event they are stolen.
Oh, super quick, especially if you have a picture of the serial number under the bike. It really expedites things. I'm actually borrowing it from my uncle. Okay. So I have extra reason to take care of it.
Sergeant Williams advises the student body to take charge in protecting their property, as the department can be legally handicapped in events of bike theft.
With a lot of the thieves, if they're going to be removing bikes from city property or campuses and taking them, and they may possibly strip them down. So what looked like the original bike may not be the same in a matter of hours.
The University Police tries to make the most of the limited resources they have to keep tabs on the school. There are only so many official officers patrolling the campus, with a handful of student officers to support.
Our cameras that we have all over the campus is a force multiplier for us. So even though you may not see a police officer out there, we have dispatchers that can pull up those cameras. Unfortunately, we don't have 20 officers on at all times. Sometimes we just have a couple, so we can only be in so many places at one time.
All in all, the University Police believes that a see something, say something policy is the best defense the student body has against crime. For The Report, I'm Jay Elder.
Hopefully we can get to cracking down on those bike thieves, because parking is not getting any less expensive.
As we all know, parking is a mess. We've been talking about it since freshman year. Our reporter Glenn has the latest update on this headache.
I haven't run into anything new as a major problem.
It is morning again in Cal State Fullerton. The sun rises, marking another day, and where students have to fight for another parking spot. California State Fullerton knows that they have a parking problem. In fact, the school has been working to deal with this problem. In an October 2019 University Town Hall, representatives of those working in the parking plan outlined a plan that will help ease the students' parking pain and make parking more efficient and much easier. One of the key factors of these changes is due to the amount of parking permits given. Sasha Askoa of the University Parking and Transportation Services goes into detail about why there are more permits than spots in the university.
So spaces actually turn over about 3 times a day. So one parking space can accommodate 3 students coming in because people have different schedules and things like that. So we sell the amount of permits, and that really allows that turnover to happen per space.
While the university trackers keep track of turnovers in these spots, some say the trackers do not work at all.
And I always rely on the trackers down at the entrance, and they're not always accurate. They say full, and then there's like 100 like an entire floor is empty.
No one should ever rely on the trackers because they don't mean anything, but that's not really a new issue.
While these parking issues and more are in plans of being fixed, the mess still continues. Reporting for the report, Glenn Hernandez.
For more information regarding parking on campus, go to parking.fullerton.com.
Donald Trump is facing harder pressure in the impeachment inquiry as the House opens up for a formal vote on the formal process this morning. Nancy Pelosi has had the brakes on the official vote until now, citing need for the discovery of further evidence against the president in his attempt to use his political power to pressure and withhold military aid from Ukraine. After testimony in private House committee hearings of current and former administration officials, the Secretary of State has what it needs. Several different officials have provided testimony of the president's intentions to undermine the 2020 election.
We are 369 days away from the 2020 election. In the lead are Biden, Warren, and Sanders. They are the ones that have hit double digits on polls, and there are several other contenders in the race. But Warren's new lead against Biden has slimmed the margins.
Coming up on the report, we find out whether women can be successful in a male-dominated society.
And we'll find out about the scandal that is rocking the House of Representatives. Anita Jefferson, the 28-year-old Dallas woman who was shot and killed by police in her home, was laid to rest Thursday. Hundreds of people joined the family and friends celebrating her life. And at the time, she was babysitting her nephew when the neighborhood called her a wellness check. The officer has been charged with murder and since left the force.
Our reporter Lexi interviewed various women at Best Buy discussing how women have had struggled in the world of sales.
Short, spunky, and hardworking, Sierra Allen is not your average employee. She's striving to be the best supervisor possible. Best Buy has been the go-to place for technology. We are driven by our devices. But it's been harder for others to be successful in this industry.
I did have to, overcome the customers that came in that, I was in home theater as a female, and in home theater, I was a full-timer, and I was the go-to person in that department, and I still had male customers ask for a male associate to help them because they didn't think that a female knew anything about, audio systems.
It's no secret that the world of tech is a male-dominated field. Geek Squad, the department that handles repairs, has struggled the most with the lack of women.
We have had some female agents who would tell a client one thing, they wouldn't believe them. I'd go out, say the exact same thing, and then they would believe me. So yeah, that's definitely part of it.
Many employees credit Best Buy Yorba Linda with the increase of female leadership.
I think this store in particular is a pioneer store because you could probably go into any Best Buy right now and there's definitely not a female general manager, let alone 2 female supervisors and a female general manager.
Best Buy Yorba Linda has benefited from their female employees, but one thing that doesn't change is hard work.
You gotta hustle hard. There are some people that look down on women still, so you have to prove them that you're a go-getter and you're not someone to be messed with.
No matter if you're male or female, if you work hard, there will be opportunities.
U.S. House Representative Katie Hill has resigned from her position after nude photos leaked. Hill stated that her private photos have been used against her, and due to the online and House reactions of these photos, Hill chose to step down from her position. The House Ethics Committee has launched an investigation determined to see if she has an inappropriate relationship with aide from her office. Because of this, she has shifted her focus from serving the House to fighting off revenge porn. Hill has also looking into press charges against the person who has leaked the images, saying that her privacy was invaded.
We'll now show you what Bike with Pike is doing to help raise money for blood cancer research.
Bike with Pike Week returns to Cal State Fullerton as the Pi Kappa Alpha fraternity raises thousands to fund blood cancer research. Pi Kappa Alpha, also known as Pike, holds an annual Bike with Pike fundraiser where members of the fraternity raise money for leukemia by tabling on campus and accepting donations for riding a bike for a distance.
Our philanthropy here at the Mu Epsilon chapter of Pi Kappa Alpha. And with this, we donate money towards blood cancer awareness and research, and our money right now is going to a phase 1 and phase 2 clinical trial in Houston at the University of Texas, where 6 out of 8 patients have received a great response to the most aggressive form of leukemia there is.
The fraternity is doing a lot more than helping others around them, as the trials they are funding continue to expand the globe.
Because of the success of this treatment, it has been expanded to Brazil, where they are now treating 5 more patients there in hopes that this will help cure them.
Members of Pike, such as the philanthropy chairman Dominic Bartolo, love the different ways in which Bike with Pike contributes to others.
Being able to be a part of an organization that is able to give back to the community like we are is a great feeling, to know that your time and your dedication is able to go towards something bigger than your organization and able to help out so many others in your community.
Due to Pike's financial support, the trials that once started off as an experiment have become extremely successful and expanded to brain cancer research, with studies on pediatric solid tumors coming soon. For Bike with Pike, the finish line is still far away.
Actor-comedian John Witherspoon passed away Tuesday at his Sherman Homes home at the age of 77. He was best known for his breakdown role on Friday as Ice Cube's father. He was also the voice of the Gramps on the animated series Boondocks, and his show is planned to make his reunion year for HBO. He is survived by his wife, Angelina, and his 2 sons, JD and Alexander. Coming up on the report, there's a cafe that everybody's talking about.
We will also discuss the disappointing start to the Kings season and what they need to do to turn things around.
Welcome back to the report. Are you a Hello Kitty fan? The Hello Kitty Cafe at the Irvine Spectrum is a huge tourist attraction. Here are the latest details on what the cafe has to offer and what Hello Kitty customers have to say about the cafe. Hi, I'm Monique Barrios reporting from the report, and I'm here at the Hello Kitty Cafe. Right here behind me there are donuts, and it is the most popular pastry here at the Hello Kitty Cafe. Hello Kitty Grand Cafe opened its doors in September 2018 and continues to be a huge tourist attraction at the Irvine Spectrum. Courtney is a regular customer who commutes from Lake Forest, and there is one main reason why she continues to come back to the cafe. What makes you come back to the Hello Kitty Cafe?
The hot donuts.
In this corner, this is the machine that the small hot donuts come through, and as a result, they are fried, sprinkled with sugar. They taste like mini funnel cakes. Tracy visited the cafe for the first time after her work meeting. She commutes from Atlanta, Georgia, where there are no Hello Kitty shops.
I'm 51 and I grew up with Hello Kitty. Ordered the mug, a cookie, both pens, sets, and a mocha latte.
The Hello Kitty Cafe is a family and friendly place with a variety of different things to choose from. The Bow Room is a private room from the cafe, and in order to have access to the Bow Room, customers must make a reservation before coming in and pay $55 each. The Hello Kitty fanatic Caroline Molina experienced going to the Bow Room for the first time. Before interviewing you, that you went to the Bow Room?
Yes, I did go to the Bow Room.
And was it for a special event or celebrating anything?
It was my birthday a few days ago, so we ordered the tea set. So it comes with pastries and savory items and sandwiches. I think all of them are really good.
I'm Monique Barrios reporting for the report.
Next time you are in the Irvine Spectrum, make sure you visit the Hello Kitty Cafe.
Trump and the First Lady hosted their 3rd Halloween celebration at the White House. The White House is decorated with dozens of carved pumpkins. Hundreds of military families and local elementary students were invited to trick-or-treat at the White House. President Trump and the First Lady made an appearance by handing out candy to hundreds of children dressed in costumes.
The Sacramento Kings fall to 0-4 on the season after being on the backhand of a defeat versus the Denver Nuggets. Jamal Murray led the way with 18 points for the Nuggets, with Gary Harris contributing 17 as well. The Kings are off to a winless start to the season, and with the Kings failing to reach the playoffs in 13 straight seasons, fans are starting to lose hope. Whether it's a different game plan or a coaching change, the Kings need to turn things around as they travel to Charlotte to face the Hornets. And wrapping up the sports section, the Washington Nationals won the World Series against the Houston Astros in 7 games. This World Series set a record that the MLB, NBA, or the NHL has never seen before. After more than 1,400 best-of-7 matches, the 2019 World Series has seen the away team with all their matches. The Astros and Nationals failed to win in their home stadium, and it was the Nationals who took the final game on the road. This is the Nationals' first World Series title, as they bounced back from almost being out of the postseason a few months ago.
And that's it for this show. We wish you the best in health and life for you, our friends, and our viewers.
Don't forget to follow our program on social media. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram at CSUF@The Report. For The Report, I'm Chase Napier.
And I'm Monique Barrios, signing off.